Ministerial Direction 111 is in relation to processing of applications. It does not stipulate caps. There has been some conversations that I've had where people have felt that MD 111 relates to caps, and I must say, through the different news outlets and media releases, it has been very clearly mentioned that MD 111 is not related to caps. What it does is, in 2024, the Minister of Education indicated the possible caps higher education providers and other providers would have. And so MD 11 says that higher education providers who have reached the 80% of those caps will have their applications or student visa applications processed as priority 2. And I'll explain what priority 2 means. Priority 1, those providers who have not reached that 80% cap are going to have a higher priority in assessment of those applications. Nonetheless, it is nothing to do with caps. Students who put in their applications, they have provided all documents and it fulfills all the criteria and they meet the criteria for being called as a genuine student, will have their applications processed in due course.
Destination Australia, promoting Australian education and development of Nepalese diaspora in Australia.
Hello and namaste. Welcome to Destination Australia television. So we are continuously telecasting the fresh episodes regarding study in Australia, education system, international students' experience, and sharing you the truth regarding the quality education and career outcomes as well. So today we are going to talk about the Excelsia University College, previously known as Excelsia College, and Mr. Bobby is our regular guest, and we are updating you regarding the quality of education, Nepalese students' progress there in Excelsia, and so on development. And now students and parents are trying to know about the exact information about the MD 111 as well. So we'll talk about it as well. So let's welcome Mr. Bobby Abraham. He is the Chief of Admission, Global Engagement and Partnerships. So Bobby sir, you are welcome on our show.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you so much.
Okay, it's always pleasure to meeting with you and sharing the study opportunities to our prospective television viewer. First of all, let's have a talk about the Excelsia's strategic transition. Excelsia University College has recently undergone a remarkable transition, strengthening the position as a top institution in Australia. So can you tell us about the strategic journey that leads to Excelsia College?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that question. And that is a very important question. Does help students to understand the journey that we have undertaken. As I've always said at your program in the past, Excelsia College is a not-for-profit higher education provider. We came to Nepal in 2016 to launch ourselves as Excelsia College. And that in many interviews that I've done with yourself, I have indicated the desire that we want to become a university, and we want to be the first not-for-profit university in Australia. And so we began that journey in 1983 when we were known as Wesley Institute, and we transitioned into Excelsia College in 2015. And in 2016, we were granted self-accrediting authority by TEXA. And that was because we had committed, we had a desire that we will become a university, which was indicated to TEXA. And so TEXA, having looked at over 40 years of our commitment to quality education and investment in students' life cycle, they granted us the self-accrediting. And from there on, we invested a lot in research. We came up with quite a few research programs. We invested in different schools and courses. And again, we put in an application to become a university college. We provided all the necessary documents with evidences that are required for them to make that decision. And so in November 2024, we transitioned from a Excelsia College to Excelsia University College. What I want to say is this: our journey has only begun. We have a longer vision, and we have a lot more investment that we are making in this sector to make sure that we are able to achieve the university status. But in the meantime, we want to be known as the best university college in Australia.
Okay, great. So congratulations being a university college, and hopefully like we will like telecast the episodes regarding the university, especially on the top university in Australia. Talking about the Australian education and opportunities inside the educational career outcomes, Australia is always crazy market for international students. In this case, how you assure that the Excelsia University College stand always smart on like front?
Yes, so again, an important question. I would suggest that the Australian education sector right now is being misinterpreted for many reasons, and I appreciate the fact that it could lead to some kind of a confusion. Nonetheless, what I want to assure your listeners is Australia is openly welcoming international students to come and take advantage of the quality education that we offer across Australia, across different states, across different higher education providers and vocational providers. We offer quality education. Excelsia University College has invested a lot in the sector, enhancing our programs, coming up with new courses that are able to understand and bridge the gap of the skills that we need in Australia. And so students understand and appreciate that, and they are coming to Excelsia University College to take advantage of those courses. Now, there are some challenges, there are some interpretations of the guidelines, and I wish to ensure that your listeners are able to understand that Australia is open and warmly welcoming international students.
Especially talking about the international education market, there are some of the rumors and the the news and views regarding the cap system and so on things. But now Australian government is opening MD 111. So let's have a talk about these opportunities for Nepalese students.
Sure. I must be very careful when I say this, and I want to make sure that I give the right information. Ministerial Direction 111 is in relation to the processing of applications. It does not stipulate caps. There has been some conversations that I've had where people have felt that MD 111 relates to caps, and I must say through the different news outlets and media releases, it has been very clearly mentioned that MD 111 is not related to caps. What it does is, in 2024, the Minister of Education indicated the possible caps higher education providers and other providers would have. And so MD 111 says that higher education providers who have reached the 80% of those caps will have their applications or student visa applications processed as priority 2. And I'll explain what priority 2 means. Priority 1, those providers who have not reached that 80% cap are going to have a higher priority in assessment of those applications. Nonetheless, it is nothing to do with caps. Students who put in their applications, they have provided all documents and it fulfills all the criteria and they meet the criteria for being called as a genuine student, will have their applications processed in due course. And so in different discussions that we have had with stakeholders, they have suggested that it will take from between 8 to 12 weeks for those applications to be processed. Nonetheless, we have seen in the last few weeks some very good outcomes, some positive outcomes across the world, not just from Nepal, but from around the world. We have seen good visa outcomes. And so the expectation is that it will continue as long as students are considered as genuine students. They need to meet that criteria, and it is the same for Nepalese students. And in the last few days, I have seen quite a few Nepalese students getting that visa to be able to come to Australia.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, sir. So let's have a talk about the programs and offerings for students. So could you highlight some of the key academic programs at Excelsia University College?
Thank you, sir. Again, a very important question. We have heard, we have spoken about quite a few courses that we offer. Excelsia University College is the only provider who has got 6 different schools. We have a school of education, school of counseling, school of creative and performing arts, school of social work, school of education, and we have recently started school of Elecos. And I'm sure your listeners are very well aware of the courses that we offer. Very recently, we are launching a new course in Master of Community Services and Youth Work. This is a brand new program that will be available very soon to all international students, including Nepalese students. We are awaiting accreditation for that from the accrediting body. And once we have that, we will be able to provide more information on our courses. Nonetheless, the courses that we generally offer, we have a lot of students who come for our research programs, Master of Business Research, Master of Education Research, and Master of Education Research in STEM. We are perhaps one of the very few higher ed providers who have 3 different research programs. We offer PhD programs. In our undergrad courses, we have Bachelor of Early Childhood, which is one of the most popular program for our Nepalese students, Graduate Diploma of Early Childhood, Master of Social Work, Master of Teaching Primary, Secondary. These are all courses that we offer to all our Nepalese students, and they all have long-term benefit to be in Australia.
So especially talking about the going abroad and getting good education is the reason for the career outcomes. In this case, talking about the achievements of Nepalese students and international students at Excelsia University College, what sort of the career outcomes and opportunities are there after completing the Excelsia University College degree?
Each of the courses that I have mentioned earlier have got very good career outcomes. If you study Bachelor of Early Childhood, you're qualified as an early childhood pre-primary teacher. If you study Graduate Diploma of Early Childhood or an MEd program, you're again qualified as an early childhood pre-primary teacher. If you study Master of Social Work, you're qualified as a social worker. If you study Master of Teaching Primary, you become a primary teacher. Master of Teaching Secondary, you become a secondary teacher. So there are all these courses that we offer have very strong career outcomes. And each of these courses that I have mentioned have got work placement opportunities provided by Excelsia College. So by the time your students finish this course, they have gained industry experience. They have worked with an Australian employer. They understood what it means and what it takes to work in Australia. And they are able to further their career through those career outcomes. And so we have these courses with those fantastic career opportunities. The Master of Community Services and Youth Work, you can become an NDIS coordinator. You can become a youth worker. You can become a community health worker. So all these courses have got outcomes that are beneficial for the students. In terms of what they can do, and I want to give you an example of this, and I think this is very important. Outside of the studies that they undertake at Excelsia University College and the outcomes they have, we encourage our students to contribute towards the local community. Very recently, in my recent travel, we have had 3 staff, Excelsia alumni, Excelsia staff, Excelsia student, who have come to Nepal, and we have conducted master classes here. So we entered into an agreement with Kathmandu University, where 3 of my staff did a master class at Kathmandu University, at NMC, National Music Conservatory. And so we are able to continuously contribute towards the local community and give the students the opportunity to understand what it means to study in Australia. We are also collaborating with different music bands. We are looking at TNE opportunities. And so we have begun those discussions with good quality higher education providers in Nepal. And I must say this, Nepal, especially in Kathmandu, there are some very, very good higher education providers who are affiliated to universities, and they're doing fantastic job. I'm just coming from a meeting where I've seen students gaining those hands-on skills, practical skills here in Nepal. And so you gain those skills and you come to Australia to further your studies, and you are the most employable person that turns out once you finish your course. And that's the opportunity to our Nepalese students.
Okay, wonderful. So Excelsia University College is providing globally standard education, no doubt. To deliver that sort of the quality, what sort of the global engagement and partnerships has been done with other national and international institutions?
So, very good question, and I really appreciate you asking me that. We are continuously looking for partnership opportunities. We have partnership opportunities which we are currently delivering in Sri Lanka, in Vietnam. We are working through in India, in Nepal. We have started those discussions. And so we also collaborate with providers through our partnerships as a global Christian higher ed providers. We have partnership with Indiana Wesleyan University in US, and we do research symposiums in Europe, in US, in Australia. And so these are all the opportunities students have through the commitment that we have of global engagement. Our vision is to become a university. We will fulfill that, I have no doubt about it. We will become one of the best global university colleges in Australia. But beyond that, we are investing in research. We are expecting our students to do more research and giving real outcomes to the community that we serve.
Okay, so especially talking about this support for international students, Excelsia University College is organizing different like activities, competition, and supporting students through like scholarship and so on things here in local market as well. So what sort of the support for the international students so that they feel Excelsia University College as their second home?
Yes, so again, thank you for asking me that question. Excelsia College is a very close-knit community. We know our students very well. Each of my students who are studying or who have graduated know us very well, from our marketing team to our academic team to our support team. We all know our students, and that is because we care for them. We invest a lot in our students. We provide them with support services in counseling, in seeking jobs, making sure they have the academic skills, and all those skills that are required for them to be able to do well in their studies. So we give them those opportunities. Outside of that, each of those courses, as I said, have got placement opportunities, which means that we are able to connect our students to the employers, maybe their future employers. And so all these opportunities enable a student to grow. They're able to do well. They're able to further their career. And these are the opportunities that we offer to our students across all our schools, through a school of business, through a school of LCOS.
Okay, so especially talking about the quality of education, international students are really enjoying the Australian educational environment, and teaching pedagogy is really nice. And they are like contributing after completing their degree in like Australia. They are like back on their hometown, home country, and contributing for their economy as well. In this case, what sort of the inspiring message would you like to pass our prospective Nepalese students and their parents, those who are always choosing Australia for their higher priority?
Thank you so much, and I'm very pleased to know that students in Nepal are looking at Australia as their possible study destination. One thing that I always say, and I've consistently said, is students need to learn to work hard. When they are deciding to study in any country, be it Australia or any other country, they are going out from their comfort zone, and they're going to create a conducive environment for them to thrive. That means that they will have to work hard, not only in their studies, but also be willing to assimilate into the local community. And by assimilation, I mean contributing. They start to understand and appreciate what it means to be in a foreign country, what it means to adapt to different situations. And so Australia is a land of opportunities. We have had many students who have come to Australia, and they have come with a view of growing, and they have grown. They have established themselves. We have so many Nepalese entrepreneurs currently thriving in Australia. People who came as students are now becoming big businessmen in Australia. So the opportunity is there. One thing that they cannot get away with is working hard. And so I will recommend the students and their parents to consider Australia as a possible study destination, and be willing to work hard and be willing to assimilate into the local community.
Okay, great. Bobby sir, it's always like inspiring message you are like through our television show. And so once again, thank you so much for your valuable time and thoughts.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you once again for having me.
Okay, thank you so much. So that was really wonderful. We talk about the beauties of Australian education. Excelsia University College and its incremental progress to being a perfect university in near future. So thank you so much for listening and watching us with this episode. We will provide you the similar inspiring message, views, interviews and other report through our television show. Till then, stay tuned our News 24 television and Jupiter Television Nepal YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your patience and your follow. Thank you so much.
Destination Australia, promoting Australian education and development of Nepalese diaspora in Australia.